Welcome to the Creative Plan Podcast Network. Join us as we share our favorite RPGs, one-shot games, tabletop games, reviews of items, and convention panels, and other exciting things that we run into from time to time. Sit back and enjoy the show.
Hi, this is Kelly, aka Trixie from Ragnarok and Roll, assigned to Ragnarok Story, and Tilda Wimblewick from D&D Journey of the 5th Edition. First off, I would just like to say thank you to everyone for listening to our varied adventures, as well as for rating us on iTunes and RPGpodcast.com. If you haven't rated us yet, we would greatly appreciate it if you could. And if you're looking for more ways to support our efforts, we are now on Patreon, a great site where you can help us continue making more podcasts, as well as some special surprises for our patrons. If you can, please look us up at www.patreon.com/cppn. Every little bit helps. And again, thank you for listening.
Hey guys, welcome back to Creative Plan Podcast Network and RPGaDay2019. It's Jim, Anaia, Franklin, Andee, and Kelly.
Yay!
On the 15th of August, Kelly's birthday. She's 25. And to get here to game day, you know what we all walk through? We walk through a door. Door is the word.
Door.
I adore you.
Death is but a door. Life is but a
You
window.
want to hit him with a door sometimes.
I'm blanking on door songs right now.
Check for traps.
Yep.
Hey!
It's a door.
Always.
Always check for traps.
Check every portal you can find for traps. What are your best tips for checking for traps? How about that?
Roll well.
Be observant.
Send the halfling.
I'll throw one out there. Don't be a tool, and if your GM says you believe it's safe, don't meta. You have to roll with it.
You have to.
There's too many groups you're like, I don't believe you, I'm rolling too. I'm like, you believe it is safe because they got in your way to check. Unless you...
What do you mean by that's meta?
So that's meta. A lot of us old gamers, immediately know it's like, so Kelly goes up and checks the door.
And I roll a natural one!
We all see she rolls for garbage.
Okay.
And the GM says, you believe the door is safe.
And the other players go,
Immediately,
obviously it's not safe.
Andee rolls her eyes so loud it sounds like a D20 spinning for 5 minutes on the table. And then she's like, I'm going to check too. So why in an adventure scenario would you not trust the expert who checked the door and have the barbarian check the door next?
Check door. It not safe.
Just because the barbarian knows the barbarian can roll better than a 1.
I have totally been in those games. Okay.
Yes, everyone's experienced that, but that's just that's kind of a tool thing to do.
So when you mean meta, you mean
Maybe.
just roll with
You're
what
using
you-
outside
Usually
knowledge or
Using
inference.
player knowledge.
Yeah, using out of character knowledge in the game.
Okay.
Yeah, like before the millennials happened, we called it using player knowledge.
Using player knowledge.
Then it had to be called
Players
metagame.
think it's safe. We know it's
I'm
probably
teasing.
not. We know it's probably not the player.
See, we all know the whole OOC thing, so out of character I do this, but in character I have to go with my character.
Exactly.
Oh, I've totally done that too.
Yeah. See, for the most
Anaia
part,
wants to do a thing.
but your character will
doesn't
stick
want
true to
to.
her character.
I've done that.
Yeah. See, that's
Again,
the
that was
exact
a
sound you
balloon.
make when someone goes meta like that, because you all know the dice roll. See, back in the day, this is why the GM would ask you what's your bonus and roll behind his wall of protection, behind his GM screen.
Yeah.
Mostly, like me, I don't GM screen. If I'm going to kill you, I'm going to kill you. If I roll a 20, I'm probably going to have you wake up unconscious in chains rather than murdered by a bad dice roll.
Well, not necessarily. If the situation calls for it, or you're in a place,
you got to kill
he's
somebody
gonna kill
sometimes. Yeah.
Or you'll have somebody like my friend in a D&D campaign. He was supposed to die, but he got because it was some sort of like magical lightning that hit him or whatever.
A blue bolt.
Yeah. So the character's name was Kylor.
Okay.
And instead of killing him, he created a reverse double named Rollick. And he was then his nemesis for the rest of the campaign.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
All right.
Except when it doesn't work.
Right.
Then
So,
it's not
like-
sharing the spotlight.
Then suddenly we all had like nemesis in that game.
Evil twins.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Not necessarily twins, but like evil
Counters.
counterparts.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like
okay.
that
Sorry
was
about
that
that,
was the original D&D game with Nyleria, and so she had a Sahuagin commander
Oh.
that wanted to kill her.
I remember.
Gotta love me the Sahogans.
Not if you're a
They're
seal.
trench people.
So
Yep.
then you totally have to be
Which
careful.
totally works for the trench and
Uh-huh.
Aquaman.
And Aquaman.
As soon as I saw that,
Uh-huh.
I finally
We,
saw it
we were
last
explaining
week.
to
I'm
her
like,
what Sahuagin was, and then
Yeah.
she went, "Oh, you mean the trench people?"
I
Yes.
hate.
totally perfect.
That's a
It
Sahuagin,
is. It's
yeah.
so them.
Yeah. 'cause
I love what they did with the DC universe of the all one race.
Mhm.
I love that movie. Opened a door for me for sure.
Door. There you
Door.
go. Door.
Yep.
We've gotten
Yeah.
back on track. We're in the guidelines. So door. What does door mean for you?
Good opportunities to have fun. That's what it means.
It opens the doorway to experiencing fun with your friends. Is that what
Hopefully,
you're trying to say?
Most
Hopefully.
positivity.
Positivity.
Working my best on that. But
Hey, sometimes bad games are good for you too, because a bad game is a doorway to what you don't want in your regular gaming groups.
And that's
Yeah.
when you know what not to do, and you can
Uh-huh.
close that door.
True.
And
Every door is an
Definitely done that.
opportunity,
Yeah.
and sometimes you don't open certain doors.
Yeah, because it could just be a gaping maw of death, say, in certain modules.
Tomb of Horrors.
Tomb of Horrors. That door is literally there just to kill you.
Giant devil head that you're like, I want to crawl through the mouth. Orb of annihilation inside.
Although I remember in a module when I was a kid, and there was this magic door, and we're all like, I'm not going through it. You go through it. No, you go through it. Well, somebody's got to go through it. I'm like,
no, we don't. Run away.
We need to go do non-lethal damage to the next
We're like-
random monster we
we were
find.
all
and force them through
afraid
the
to
door.
open
Oh, that's awful.
to go through the door. But eventually, my brother just went through. And of course, we don't know what happened because the GM wouldn't tell, It's like, so he would write a note. And so it's like, don't know what's happened. So eventually we all went through and we were all basically transported to this different plane or whatever. But we all lived. But I'm like, it's going to kill us.
They're into it.
It could very well have, But this was crafted. It was like a home
Mhm.
brew. So, he didn't kill us all, because then we're,
No more.
there's 3 players and the GM, me, my sister, my brother, and the GM.
You have no.
Exactly. It's like, we kind of want to keep it going,
Yeah.
But, oh man, sometimes opening that door can lead to death.
I've got 2 good examples. The first one, I know some of us at the table are going to like it. The game Rifts.
Mm-hmm.
It really is a doorway to endless possibility because part
That's
of the
true.
game is there's these 4 rifts through time and space that at any week you could take your group, like sliders, port through that rift and you open up to a doorway. Anything the GM comes up with that week is a different game. Through time, through space.
This giant clusterfuck.
Exactly. Which is one of the reasons why
It's everything in the
frankly,
kitchen sink.
It's
Yep.
like, that's
But-
one of the reasons why, frankly, I don't like that game system because it's literally everything.
It's everything
Oh,
a
yeah.
16-year-old boy could want and more in a game.
Oh, yeah.
mean, it's literally vomiting up is whatever you can imagine. I like a little more structure.
And you get Nazis to kill.
Yeah, I think when the last time we played Rifts, we had a Cyber Knight, we had
Which are
a couple of juicers,
Which are awesome.
and we had
They're too awesome.
They're
I
definitely...
don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. Yeah, they're crazy. And then we had a psionic, and we had
Burster, mine.
Is there a techno lizard?
there was a techno
That was one of
wizard,
my favorite classes.
and then there was the ones from South America, the genetically
the
enhanced.
Bioborgs.
No,
The
they
crazy?
were damn it. The ones that had the animal.
Oh,
Oh.
What were they called? I can't
Yeah,
remember.
the Cabrera.
Yeah, they had the different. They were animal
Yeah, because you had the
enhanced.
cool stealth
Yeah.
one.
Mhm.
God, what was that group called?
I don't remember.
I
they
remember
were
us
trying to-
rescuing some dog. No,
Mhm.
those
Yeah,
were
you
the
rescued
dog
dog
ones for
boys
the
from
coat.
Lone
In
Star.
fact,
For the
over there, which of course nobody can see because we're recording.
Yeah.
I have 2 pictures on the wall from Rift's covers.
Yeah.
By Zalesnik.
Mm-hmm.
The one for Skyscape, and then
Which
the
that
other one
was just
is
awesome with the mind melter ribbon.
Yeah.
Undersea?
and then Underseas. Yeah,
Mhm.
the 2 right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That one right there. That's a Psy sword and a Psy. That's a Psy. Is she a Psy Knight?
I think
think
she's
so.
supposed to be.
And she's got the Psy sword and the Psy
Psy
shield, and she's destroying one of the big robot things.
Mhm.
yeah, and Jim has all the original.
Yeah, I've got
Palladium
everything
books.
except for anything that came out in the last year or two because they pooped some stuff out.
That's
I
a
still-
different gate.
I
Don't
still
worry.
have the
That's
books.
a door.
That's a different
That's a
story.
different door.
But yeah, I mean, so don't be afraid to use doors. And then the other reference I was going to come out with is there's an old comic strip called Knights of the Dinner Table.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes.
Blackburn. Lot of us remember that, like,
Dungeon
God.
Magazine.
yeah, and
Dragon.
Yeah, that's what I'm sorry. Dragon.
yeah, there was another Adis or God, I forgot what it's called. But there's a episode of the comic where they find a magic door, and basically one person goes through, and the GM has them roll 3d8, and then go to the other room with them and talk. And the person comes back with a paper sack with eye holes on it. Not medding. So there's a good example of something happened to your character, and for the story, you're not saying a damn thing. Then the next player asks, and it's like, okay, then I do this, and then basically he goes through the whole table because, of course, like Brian at the table is the rules lawyer. Then you got the psycho guy who always plays the same character regardless of system. Then it comes down to his cousin. She's the only gal in the gaming group, and everyone's looking at her like, "What are you going to do? Are you going to step through the door?" And she's like, "Nope. I'm going to reach down, pick up all the loot we got from the dungeon, and go back to the town." And literally the group looks at her and goes, "What? You're not going to join us?" And she's like, "I'm not stepping through that door." And, finally it shows them, like, after the game's over and she's leaving. She's the last one. She's like, "So what was the 3d8 for?" And he's like, "Oh, that was to find out how many pieces their bodies were chopped to when they went through the door to hell. And there was a conveyor belt of demons waiting for them with axes."
Lovely.
So not every door
See?
is a good thing. Right?
See?
Tomb of Annihilation. Thank you very much.
Aye.
So that's a door for me.
How about you, Franklin? What do you think of when you hear door?
Doors slamming shut. and the players scrambling to find a way to get them open before that trap is sprung.
Oh,
There's the death trap
Ooh, you
door.
did that
That's
Ooh, that was
Dad,
bad.
I set up a trap.
That's when all those sphincters tighten.
They go into a room, and there were several sarcophagi
And that is the only way we
in
survived.
the room. And someone triggers the trap, and the doors on both ends set and sealed. Very thick stone, you can't break through it. And they're scrambling. They did have a thief with them. They're scrambling around to try to find the mechanism to release at least one of the doors so they could get out. They knew doom was impending, and then they could, perception
It's great
rolls.
when it happens.
Perception rolls abound, and they start smelling an odd smell, like rotten eggs, something along those
Colorless,
lines.
slightly odorous
It's
smell.
Brimstone.
it didn't quite smell right.
It was
and-
not good.
And then another perception roll detected the sound of clicking, like,
Oh, I hate that.
and
No.
quick deduction, they realized, the trap is sprung, and they had to make very, very quick a decision. I think there were 6 sarcophagi in the room, and there was enough room in each sarcophagus to fit 2 people.
Oh no.
No more than that. And there were how many? 4 in the party at the time, I think.
Yeah. It was me and Jay and W and one of the people that kept coming in and out of the game.
Right.
Just proves you don't have to be a wizard to make a fireball.
And
You
so
had to
they
get
had
in
to
the sarcophagi with dead bodies.
push open the sarcophagus, jump in, and then pull the lid. They had a few seconds. And the interesting thing was, and then of course, as the gas was filling the room and the igniter mechanism was going in it, the room was filled with flames. One of the sarcophagi was filled with rot grubs.
Oh!
See this
Thank
one?
God.
It is
Not
foreboding.
The second
Foreboding.
edition rock grubs, I'm not allowed to use them in my games. Now, granted, the Dinos and Dungeons group that Kelly's not part of, that's in basically a South American jungle, they're so good in rock grubs.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a
worms
kid,
crawl
you remember
in,
the old
the worms crawl
handbook and the monster manual and
They're
stuff?
basically little
And they had the
insects that once
picture
they get
with
in,
the
they
rock
eat you.
grubs?
Like the mummy.
That just
Okay.
messed me up. I was like,
These are like,
it
they're almost like
freaked
maggots.
me
You burrow
out.
through your flesh.
The ball worms, like from like
the boar
but-
worms, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they're-
Ah,
but
okay.
that picture, that image is burned into my psyche. And now
Well,
Jim
they did
knows
such a great job
he's
that
not-
night, and he's like,
oh my god! And the horror on his face, even though it's a very
Oh, yeah, that
simplistic
picture.
drawing.
Yeah.
the drawing.
But
I
that
remember what you're talking
picture-
about.
he's
Yeah.
got the
messed me
chainmail
up.
cowl, and
So I'm like,
Mine
literally,
is Star Trek Wrath of Khan.
oh,
Yep.
yes. Ugh. So
Nope.
he knows that he's not
I am
allowed
not
to
allowed
use
to
that
use them
on,
in any
and
game
because
Yeah.
then
so
there's a
there
couple
was
other items as well.
there was one of them full of rot grubs.
One of them was full of rock grubs. One of them did
Oh.
have an animated undead in it that would wake up if it was disturbed. And then
Worst
a couple of the
moment ever.
sarcophagi had magical implements in it that were on the bodies inside. So,
Ah.
Who's the body?
so surviving the trap, there were rewards there.
Depending on the sarcophagus.
It's a risk reward.
Yes,
Yeah.
but they did manage to survive, and they found the mechanism to open the doors. But I rather enjoyed that particular trap.
I wonder why. I wonder why.
1 in 6 chance of getting in the rock rooms.
Oh my
Hey,
god!
you know.
I just
Someone-
remember we were like,
someone-
"What are we gonna do? What are we gonna?" And he had a timer.
That's the great.
So,
Oh
like,
my god!
It wasn't like, "What are you guys gonna do?" It was like, tick, tick. He had a
Oh,
little
now
egg
that's
timer,
cruel and
and we were like,
unusual.
"It was bad."
Did any of us-
So what you're saying is a timer is the doorway to anxiety for your player.
Exactly.
But
It
it-
gives them that real world urgency.
But it really, it was great.
Yeah.
It was super great.
The
I
good panic attack.
That
sometimes
was diabolical.
sometimes you have those scenes in the game where you're thinking like, oh, how could your GM do that to you? That's so awful. But that's like some of the greatest things, like with your guy with the hand getting cut off. Like, how
Mhm.
great is that?
These
Those
are
are
the
the
moments
things
you'll
you'll remember.
remember.
Exactly. Like, how long ago did we play that game?
Oh, jeez.
Like 15 years ago?
Yeah.
No. It was probably when when
The
Damien was
boys
a
were
baby.
really little, so
Like maybe 13 years ago.
Yeah.
So you're saying great RPG sessions are the doorway to legends.
That's true.
Oh,
you go.
bravo.
Yeah.
And PTSD.
Yeah. Which is one and the same because it means you survived.
Mhm.
That's good.
It's a side effect of not dying.
That sounds
So-
like a good wrap up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So doors. I'm sensing a lot of trap them, booby trap them, double trap them,
Yes.
Put a timer on it.
and don't be afraid to step through doors. Except when everyone else is stepping through doors and have sacks on their heads. And then you just pick up the loot and walk away. I'll hire 4 more guys to join my group. Alrighty, guys. Thank you for listening, and that's August the 15th. Happy birthday, Kelly. Gonna say it one more time.
Happy birthday!
Thank you. And my sister Carrie. Let's not forget her.
Yep, we have to give the twin her due. Alrighty, guys. Thank you for listening.
Down in the depths of the mountain, we dwarves spend our time forging powerful weapons, mining precious gems and metals, and feasting like kings. But after a day of digging for the next Arkenstone, this dwarf likes to come home to a package full of loot. Dungeon Crate is a monthly subscription box service forged specifically for RPG and tabletop gamers. Miniatures, dice, tokens, coins, maps, modules, terrain pieces, handcrafted items, RPG jewelry, and more are yours for only a few gold per month. You even get a digital crate along with a physical one as an added bonus. So are you brave enough to reward yourself with a Dungeon Crate? By Morden's beard, I hope so. DungeonCrate.com. Let the adventure begin.
Thank you for listening to the Creative Play and Podcast Network. And feel free to enjoy our other shows, such as D&D Journey of the 5th Edition and Scion Ragnarok and Roll, a Scion hero to Ragnarok story. Thank you for listening.